We'd like to welcome you to our third edition of our drug awareness program here at the high school. Today we're going to review a little bit about the last session, which was the topic was marijuana. I want to just cover some elements and also expound on some more of them. The first thing, Officer Raven, can you kind of go back and tell us what marijuana looks like?
Marijuana looks like a green leafy substance. It's like has some green leafy substance, like I mentioned earlier, also some brown residue, and it has a distinct look to it. Once you see that marijuana, you'll know for a fact it's marijuana.
What about the smell when it's burning afterwards? Is there a distinct smell, or what? How could you identify it?
Yeah, that smell is very distinct. It's a burnt smell, and it also smells like marijuana, but that smell is very distinct. Once you smell that distinct smell, you'll hit that right on nose, you know it's marijuana.
Is it like a sweet-smelling smell, or what?
Could be like a burnt sweet smell, or it depends on how long this individual's been smoking marijuana. So once you know it, once you smell it, you'll know it. I promise you that.
Okay. If an individual is under the influence, what are the physical implications that you would see?
I would look for slurred speech, bloodshot eyes, unable to keep his or her balance. Look at their clothes, see if you see any type of residue on their clothes. Also look for lighters and stuff like that to indicate that the individual may be smoking marijuana.
Let's talk a little bit about the ramifications if an individual was caught with marijuana. How would it affect them? Let's say, for example, let's talk about the criminal background first. How would that affect them?
Usually if an individual gets arrested for marijuana, it stays on a criminal history. What that is if you get a job for a police officer or a teacher or even a doctor or a lawyer, they go back to see if you've ever been arrested before. So that's very important that you stay drug-free and don't get that on your record, because that could cost you from having a job of the career you're looking for, or not having a job to go to something else.
And if we're talking about the criminal background, would this carry possibly a felony? Would it be a misdemeanor, or what type of...
It depends. If you are caught with marijuana that weighs under 2 ounces, it's going to be a misdemeanor charge. If it's over 2 ounces, it's going to be a felony case. It depends if you're caught on a drug-free zone, which is a school campus or a church, anything like that. So it depends where you're caught with the marijuana.
Now let's look from the parent aspect. If you felt like one of your student was under the influence or was using marijuana, what are some of the things that a parent should look for as far as maybe in dress, who they hang around with? What would you say to a parent to look for?
I would check for mood swings, definitely mood swings. If the individual, he or she is maybe fatigued all the time or kind of sluggish, look for personal hygiene, such as not want to keep up with themselves, always don't want to take a shower, stuff like that, just being lazy. Look for, smell the clothes, smell the individual's clothes, see if you smell a burnt smell of marijuana coming from the clothes. Check the person who he or she is hanging out with, such as their friends. If you don't know their friends and the friends may be kind of shady, look into it. Either call me or call your child out about that. And lastly, check his or her phone. See if they're talking any type of drug lingo. Look for like dime bags or nickel bags or stuff like that, or dro, sweet stuff like. Look for like type of lingo, stuff like that you can distinguish on what he or she is talking about.
Okay, let's say the parent once again thought that the student was using the drugs. Who should they contact as far as law enforcement and also to get help from like counseling?
I would contact your local physician first, and maybe you can get a drug test on your child. Also, you can go different avenues. Maybe your local physician can advise you to go see a local drug counselor here, or you can go to the local school counselor. Maybe they can refer you to someone. But that's very important. If he or she is on marijuana, you got to start young and start early so you can get that problem resolved.
Okay, Raven, thank you for your help on this subject of marijuana. We've covered a lot of information. If you think of any other questions you might have or that we can help you in any way, you can call Officer Raven here at the high school. Telephone number is 979-277-3800. And that's all for our edition today. Look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Have a good day.